Welcome to Psychopinion. This is our March Madness Directors Edition. We will be having all of the best horror directors facing off against one another until we find out who truly is the best horror director. This is the semi-final round. So stay with us and let's see who wins this thing. You know, you're a real jerk if you don't subscribe.
And now for a recap.
If you've been paying attention, or with us up till now, I'm sure you get the gist. We're going to show you two directors, a bracket, discuss who we think will win, and then reveal the winner. We're very excited to see who comes out on top at the end of all of this. Also, please subscribe, and if you like what you're seeing, hit the like button. Yeah, do that shit.
Alright guys, so we've got one of the biggest matches here. This thing is huge. This is random, and it came together this way. And this is just two OG big-time players here. We have got John Carpenter versus Wes Craven. Now, they have got a huge catalog, but for these purposes, we've got John Carpenter with The Thing, They Live, and Halloween. Wes Craven has got A Nightmare on Elm Street, Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and Scream 2.
I thought he did like Scream 1 through 20. But
he did, but for whatever reason, Scream 2 was more popular. I'm not sure why. It's another one of those mysteries.
Gotcha.
So the first thing I want to say about this, and then I'm going to let you guys go to town on it, is that these guys are huge. These guys are like, you can't talk about horror without John Carpenter and Wes Craven. And they did so much more than, just these movies I've listed. John Carpenter in his resume, we have The Fog, Christine, we've got Body Bags, Village of the Damned, Vampires, Ghosts of Mars. I mean, he's got a huge resume on top of Halloween, They Live, The Thing, which are huge. Wes Craven here, I mean, we're talking about Last House on the Left. I love that movie. We're talking about The Hills Have Eyes. I love that movie. Swamp Thing, Hills Have Eyes Part 2, Serpent and the Rainbow, People Under the Stairs, the Scream and Scream 3, as well as Scream 2, which was listed, and Scream 4. He did Red Eye. The guy has a huge resume. Both these guys are just giants. Giants. And I want to go ahead and make that clear before you guys tell me who you're going with.
Well, I personally will start by saying that when you got two titans of
Titan
directors, you're gonna be splitting hairs. So I'm going to go with the fact that one of these guys has, I would say, maybe my top 5 horror movies of all time. That's the thing.
Wow.
And that's just because when I was growing up, that was like one of the first movies I really latched onto in the horror genre that just blew my mind, and I've loved it ever since. So I'm going to go with Carpenter just for that reason alone. Yep.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay. All right. Wow. All right. I'm not going to lie, though. That was a little difficult, at least I'm sure. I mean, these guys have...
Oh, yeah. No, they're...
I mean...
That's what I'm saying.
Insane.
Either one... That's one of those things where at the end of the game, somebody has to win and somebody has to lose, and it's like a 1-point game type of thing. So
yeah, if I made this bracket based on like just resumes alone, these guys would probably be like in the finals.
Yeah,
both of them.
They're definitely top maybe 5. I guess you could probably say top 5 horror directors easily
of all time. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jen, Liza, where are you at with this one? I feel like Jen's very similar to Steve.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's Carpenter for me.
Carpenter.
For pretty much the same reason as Steve, actually.
And also They Live. You're
I love
huge
The Thing
They
so
Live.
much.
You're a huge They Live fan.
I love They Live,
yeah,
yes.
And The Thing.
Yes. Now, there are a lot of movies by Wes Craven I like as well. Don't get me wrong. But when I have to choose...
Yeah, it's a tough choice.
Carpenter.
It's a tough choice.
Carpenter. It is, yeah.
Liza.
Yeah, it was tough, but I'd say definitely John Carpenter.
Really? All John Carpenter. odd man out again. I'm going with Craven, and I'll tell you why. And it's not
Really?
because of the movies listed. I understand we're going off the top 3 popularity here, but I have to go a little bit rogue here. You guys know me. You know my style of movies.
Oh,
You know what
Hills
I'm
Have
into.
Eyes.
And Last House on the Left and The Hills Have Eyes are like
Yeah.
2 of my staples in my horror collection. Those are both movies that I love.
Yeah.
Also, The People Under the Stairs is just so classic to me.
It's great.
Just such a
I do like that one
classic
a lot.
horror movie. He takes it from me because of The Last House on the Left and The Hills Have Eyes. Straight up.
Yeah, the last
Up
half
and
of
down,
the
left
was
and right.
really good.
Love those movies. Amazing movies. So let's go ahead and see what the people thought, because this one is going to be interesting.
The entrance has a shotgun. White male, 30s, long hair,
Mama don't like tattletales.
wearing sunglasses.
Huey, you wait till you get to be a man.
John Carpenter took this one by, let's see, 9 points.
Wow.
That's surprising.
9 points. I thought this one would be like a 0.2.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Pretty
John
closer.
Carpenter took it. And I mean, for all the right reasons, because honestly, even though I picked Wes Craven on this one, I can't be mad at John Carpenter either, because no matter who won, they're both like winners. You know, I mean, there's like I think I like Steve's thing, the best Titans. You know, just
Yeah.
top of the line. So
It's a good word.
that puts John Carpenter going up against Guillermo del Toro in the finals that we will be doing next week. All right, so this one here, guys, is a good one. And it's a good one because one of these directors is one of my favorite directors. So we've got the winner from the first round between David Lynch and Roman Polanski being Roman Polanski. He is now up against the great Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi is up here for Evil Dead, Army of Darkness, and Drag Me to Hell.
About the Grudge.
That's a tough choice.
Well, he's also got some other bangers, in my opinion. He did do Darkman. Well, not a horror, but he did do The Quick and the Dead, A Simple Plan. Those are both great games. Those are great movies. Did the Spider-Mans that Steve was talking about earlier.
He did The Grudge. If I remember right.
Did he do The Grudge?
Evidently
He
not.
produced The Grudge. He
Oh, that's
produced The
Oh, he
Grudge.
produced it.
Gotcha.
Oh.
And he
Didn't
produced
direct
Boogeyman, Evil Dead, 2013. He did produce Crawl, Liza, but we're not talking about producing. We're talking about directing. And wow, he also actually produced the new Poltergeist, so that's interesting as well to add up
Who is
there.
that,
Is
Sam
just
Raimi?
yeah, he did a lot of his. You know, if he was up here for producing, I would say for sure he's a shoe in. But he's up here for directing, and with that comes the Evil Dead, Army of Darkness, and Drag Me to Hell. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys right now that Drag Me to Hell is like one of my favorite horror movies. I love Drag Me to Hell. I think it's amazing. I love everything about it. And I love that Sam Raimi always has the like vomiting in somebody else's mouth or face thing. That's always
Yeah.
I'm always looking for that in his movies. Evil Dead and Army of Darkness, of course, are like, I mean, those are cult classic horror favorites. Just, you know, on the you know, they'd probably replace George Washington on the monument up there, you know, of the greats. I'm gonna go with Sam Raimi because I'm a Sam Raimi fan.
Yeah. I agree. I go with him as well.
Sure. I think he's going to win. I'll go with him.
Liza.
I was on the fence about this because I was thinking about going David Lynch, but then you mentioned that he had something to do with
David
Crawl.
Lynch is not in this anymore. Roman Polanski won.
Yeah.
Oh, Roman Polanski.
Was going to go with Rob Zombie, but
He's not in it.
oh, okay.
He's circled on my list. That's why I
Oh,
was thinking
yeah.
about
Cool.
that.
Well, yeah, because you
I'll-
want him to win.
Once you mentioned he has something to do with Crawl, I love that masterpiece. So yeah.
Masterpiece.
Crawl, that's the crocodile thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I love
Me and
that.
Liza watched that together, and we both like loved that movie. It was so good.
And I didn't
But it
like
was
it.
good. Masterpiece.
It was
though?
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I would not say masterpiece.
Crawl is
The dog like going like this, and the
Well, she really just liked the
That's a
dog.
masterpiece?
She liked the dog, but you guys know I'm like a
Put a dog
water
in it.
horror. I don't know what it is about the water horror, man, but it's like that's a whole category of a movie of love for me. All right. Well, if you guys are ready, looks like we've all got Raimi on the mind. Let's see what the world thinks.
And his name is Adrian. He shall overthrow the mighty and lay waste their temples. He shall redeem the despised and wreak vengeance in the name of the burned and the tortured. Hail Adrian! Hail Adrian! Hail Satan! Hail Satan!
He chose you out of all the world, out of all the women in the whole world.
We've got about a 10-point difference here, guys. It goes to Roman Polanski. Rosemary's Baby power, baby.
Yeah,
it's
the
true.
devil. It's the devil.
And
The
that's
devil
where
chose him.
And that's where we're at. All right, moving on. We have got a really good one coming up. Another one. David Cronenberg versus Eli Roth. This is interesting, guys.
Boy.
This is an interesting one.
No question.
Oh, is there, Jen? I mean, you're probably going for Eli Roth, I'm sure, right?
No.
All right. So, again, David Cronenberg is responsible for Videodrome, The Fly, and Dead Ringers. This time, he is up against Eli Roth, who on this list is responsible for Hostel, Hostel 2, and I'm actually surprised but happy to see that Thanksgiving made the list because I feel like that's underrated and I really like that.
Over Inferno, huh?
Yeah, like I said, some of this stuff is weird, but...
Well, one of my favorite movies of his isn't even on the list, and it's really not that great of a movie, but I just love the premise. That's Clown. I really like that.
Clown, yeah.
Clown
was
was
a really good movie.
so good.
I agree.
That was a wild movie, and the budget was probably like my lunch money, but it worked. I liked it. It is.
Oh yeah.
It was really good. I agree with that 100%. Steve and I talked at great length about that movie, and that is definitely a great movie. So he also
Still
did.
Cronenberg for me.
Huh?
I said still Cronenberg for me, even though I did like Clown.
Clown was good. I've also got up here for him Cabin Fever, Green Inferno. That's a crazy movie. Knock Knock. And he did Borderlands, I guess.
Damn, he did more than what I thought he did. I mean, I knew he was like, that he
Green
did a lot.
Inferno
I just
was
didn't realize he did all
nuts.
those.
Yeah, Green Inferno was great. I like Green Inferno a lot, actually. That's a really sick
pretty good.
movie, but I enjoy it.
That's pretty good.
I actually really like Knock Knock as well. I don't know if you guys have seen that one with
Keanu Reeves?
Keanu Reeves. So
I've seen
good.
it.
Oh
So
yeah,
good.
those two girls. That's right.
Yeah,
God.
the two girls like mess them up. We'll just put it that way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't have much to talk about here besides the fact that I'm going to go with Eli Roth, obviously, and I'm pretty sure Jen is still in the Cronenberg camp.
I am, but I know that Eli Roth is probably going to win this one. But go ahead, yeah.
I'm Eli Roth.
Same.
Fan club.
And the results are... Congratulations, Jen.
No way.
You have won again.
Seriously?
You have won again.
I'm actually surprised.
You have won again.
That is
and you had a pretty good win too. It was about 19 points here.
Damn.
Wow.
Hell yeah, Cronenberg.
I'm as shocked as you guys are. I mean, I'm. Yeah.
Roth's.
Gotta be Jeff Goldblum, man.
If I remember correctly, a lot of these guys are really young. I mean, some of these guys are not even out of their 30s yet, but Roth is like, what, about 50 or something, if I remember right? I mean, he's still kind of a young director.
Is he 50?
Yeah.
40s?
Maybe he's in his 40s. I don't know, but I know he's still kind of new to the game, I suppose.
I'm kind of interested in your guys' opinion on this next one because I've got an opinion that is probably more on the negative side. But we're at a point now where Jordan Peele, after beating Rob Zombie, is now going up against Ari Aster.
Yeah.
And Ari Aster did, of course, the Hereditary, Midsommar, and a new movie that's out that's actually highly ranked, or newer, is Beau is Afraid.
Oh.
Starring Joaquin Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
I watched another one of his that was actually pretty wild, and I actually liked it too. One of Nick Cage's 300 movies he's done in the last month. Dream Scenario. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but
oh yeah,
that was actually that was pretty cool. It's not really a horror movie, but it was definitely weird and intriguing.
Very weird, very cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, we actually did talk about that on a previous episode.
He doesn't have a very large list of films. Neither one of these guys do, actually. Literally, both of these guys have a handful of films. Of course, Jordan Peele beat Rob Zombie. That was a big upset earlier.
I'm not crying.
And nobody was really in Peele camp there, even though we all said Get Out was great. The reason I said that my opinion...
I said Peele.
Oh, you said Peele? Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I took that away from you. I apologize. Oh, because you don't like Rob Zombie. That's right.
Yeah.
Everybody, Jen doesn't like Rob Zombie.
She likes his music, just not his movies.
Yes.
Oh, his music's great.
Yeah.
I've seen Rob Zombie in concert like 10 times, but that's a whole other story. I'm going to go ahead and say right off the bat, and you guys know me, and I've made no secret of this whatsoever. I don't like Ari Aster. I actually despise those movies. So.
Well, this is an interesting situation because I despise 2/3 of Peele's movies too. So it's going to be kind of cat shit versus dog shit as far as I'm concerned. These two. And I'm going to pick. I think Peele is going to win just because of his name brand, but I think Aster for me would be the better two.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Aster sucks. I
actually liked Midsommar.
Oh, I know you did. I know.
Me too.
So I'd pick Aster.
Well, Hereditary too, even though it's not that strong, it does have quite a cult following, even for just a handful of scenes. So I think that's going to be enough to kind of bring him up to.
Did you say Hereditary 2?
No, Hereditary as well.
Oh, I was like Hereditary 2. Like I didn't see that on the list. Is that a thing? They taped her head back on.
I was going to say they glued the head back on in that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's the only thing that anybody cares about in Hereditary is that one scene. That's all anybody talks about. Is that one scene where her head came on. So Jen, did you say you want this time, or are you just kind of being there hoping I forget to call you out?
No, I'm fine. So even though I didn't really like Hereditary very much, I do still see a lot of good elements to it. And with that, like acting, I mean, the directing was pretty good. It just, for me personally, just didn't hit home for me. And we've talked about that before. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I loved Midsommar. And what was the other one? I don't even remember now.
Beau was Afraid?
Oh, God, yeah. I have watched that. And it was very, very, very long. And there were some parts to it that I thought were done really well. But I really didn't like the fact that it was like, I think 3 hours long. And I took several intermissions during that movie. But I will say this: I thought the beginning was really well done, and then it kind of like got too weird and long in the middle, and then the end was like pretty good. But as a whole, I didn't love that movie. It had some good elements too. However, I will just go ahead and wrap it up by saying that I do think that Aster is going to win this, and I do vote for him.
I think Peele's going to
go
blow
ahead
him
and
out of the water. But
I'm going to go ahead and say that if I had a friend, any one of you guys, were like, I just can't friggin' sleep. I just can't sleep at night. I just can't do it. I wouldn't even bring the gummies. I wouldn't bring the Ambien. I wouldn't bring any of that stuff. I would bring you movies done by Ari Aster and David Eggers. Or Robert Eggers, sorry. I was thinking David Cronenberg. Robert Eggers and Ari Aster. Those movies are fucking sleeping pills. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go with Peele on this one, and let's see the results.
Peter, what are you doing, man?
Jordan Peele.
Figures.
Jordan Peele. What do you mean figures? He should have won that one. Ari Aster sucks.
Yeah. He just got done poo-pooing 2/3 of his catalog. Peele's.
Yeah, but I'd rather watch Get Out than like any of those other movies, quite honest. Any of the movies done by either one of them after that, actually. Get Out's the only movie out of those two directors' whole catalogs I really want to even watch, if we're being completely honest here. And right now is our battle between Clive Barker, Mr. Hellraiser himself, and one of my all-time favorites. And it's not Tobe Hooper. It's not George Romero. Can you guys guess who?
There's no guessing involved, but yes.
Yeah, we have a sheet that says
We have the answers.
Well, I'm so sorry you guys cheat. I work with a bunch of cheaters. The answer is M. Night Shyamalan. M. Night Shyamalan. One of my all-time favorites. I love this guy. A lot of people go either way with this guy. I mean, a lot of people dislike him.
I will say
me personally.
Yeah, for me personally, with him, he has some amazing movies and he has some absolute just horrific movies that miss the mark so bad, in my opinion. But I think he's certainly got much more iconic, or many more iconic movies than he does have bad ones. But like Lady of the Water, it comes to mind as one of the maybe the worst movies I've ever even put my eyes on before.
Damn.
It was so terrible. Like, I mean, and I own the thing. I bought it for like $1 at a movie gallery.
Oh,
when
$1.
It was going out of business.
Did you buy it after you saw it?
I did. And I was like,
wow.
It's because I was trying to put a collection together for him. And I was like, I don't even need this. $1 is too much. So just
damn, $1 is too much.
Yeah.
That's a shining.
I think what I probably did was threw the movie away, took the sleeve out of the case, and used it for something that I burned.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's how bad it was. But anyway, yeah, Shyamalan's got some amazing stuff. But I'm intrigued to hear what movies were listed as his kind of top three, because he does have some bangers.
Well, the top three based on popularity for this one, for M. Night Shyamalan are going to be The Sixth Sense, of course. We all knew that one was going to be there. That's how we ended up with the Shyamalan twist. Split and Signs.
Very interesting.
So, and then Clive Barker, totally different kind of movies than Shyamalan. Very, very different directors.
Very different.
Hellraiser, Lord of Illusion, and one of my all-time favorites, and that's why this is hard for me at all, Candyman.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows that Tony Todd is like one of my one of my heroes of horror. So, and of course, Candyman was Tony Todd's best. Obviously, I mean, just incredible.
Lots of candy.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
So this one is tough for me, and I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go, and then I'll kind of tell you where I'm at.
I really do love Candyman. I saw that at a drive-in movie.
Oh, that would have been
Cool.
so good.
That's a great drive-in movie.
It was
Yeah.
at the Starlight Drive-In. I can't like in Lewisburg
That's awesome.
or something.
Was it like redone, or was that like back in the
No,
day?
it was the original. It was really incredible.
That would have been so good.
That's so cool.
I'm jealous.
It was.
Me too.
It was really good. But I don't know. Nothing really beats that feeling after you've seen Sixth Sense. Like just that realization. That was just an incredible thing. I do really. I think. I know this has nothing to do with it, but just kind of my love for M. Night is that I think Jordan Peele, if he got really good, I think he could be an M. Night Shyamalan, because I think that I see there's similar movies, but M. Night Shyamalan, he has another gift to just kind of, when he does it good, that it's really incredible. Like The Village was just really incredible.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, and when
Village is great.
Yeah.
When he gets it, he delivers. So I think I'm gonna have to go with M. Night.
Okay, that's very respectable. Very, very respectable, and great reasons why. Jen?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna pick a loser probably. I'm gonna be the odd person out, I'm sure. I am picking Barker.
Okay.
Candyman is just one of my favorites. It would definitely go on, one of my top lists. I don't know, top 50. I have a lot,
Horror movie
The list
fans,
is
like
long.
you can't. There's no top 5 for a horror movie fan.
Exactly. And I really love Hellraiser as well, from way back. So those two by itself definitely tip the scales for me, because I'm actually not that big of an M. Night Shyamalan fan. I did love The Sixth Sense. Split was good. Signs had some good drama moments. I appreciated some of the drama, the family, whatever, dynamic. Some cool stuff was done in it, but I didn't actually like Signs that much. Sorry.
You know what's funny about Signs is like a lot of people that I've talked to that are like my oldest daughter's age, Brittany, like close to 30. They all were scared of that one scene in Signs where the alien like walks by.
That horrible scene.
It was
Laughable.
grainy. There was nothing
It was
scary
horrible.
about it, but it was there
Jump
was
scare,
something
maybe.
about it that people
Yeah.
found scary. But
Well,
I would
I
say
remember a
I'm an
previous
alien, and I
episode. That's in
wasn't
the previous episode. That's in like the top 10 all-time scariest moments in movies.
I know, and I don't get that.
that was so
I
weird.
definitely don't get that.
I don't get it either.
I would
Don't get
say
it at all.
that although some of his movies, in my opinion, have fallen extremely short, the ones that don't really excel for Shyamalan, and so I think that I enjoy his plots more, like the way that his story unravels, and it kind of keeps you on the edge of your seat. And it's not just for that like Sixth Sense moment where you're kind of shaken by what's happened. You didn't see it coming, but like The Village, for example, that movie was beautifully written. I mean, it was awesome. But then you take some of these other ones, like Brittany said, don't go see Trap. She said that was pretty bad, but
I liked it.
Did you like it?
I did.
But I don't know. You got he's done so many of them. Old was it was okay. What was it? Devil, when the elevator was all right. But I mean, he's got some big ones that I think kind of outweigh for me the balance of the two. And with Clive Barker, I think his his kind of MO is completely different. Like he's more of kind of an in-your-face kind of shock and awe type of director. I think a lot of the movies I've seen with him, at least, less maybe like Candyman, which had a pretty cool story to it, but they seem more not so much plot driven as they are visual, like kind of graphic visuals. And so for me, I would pick Shyamalan over two for that.
Fair enough.
All very, very good and valid points. This one is difficult for me, guys, and it's difficult for me because I have to fight off my love for Candyman and how just it's one of those classic horror movies, and Tony Todd is my dude. And of course, Clive Barker's also done Hellraiser, which I mean, that in its own rights is just a huge franchise. But, and I've said this before, and I'll try to make it quick, but first of all, the Sixth Sense feeling Liza and Steve were talking about, I think that is one feeling that if everybody had a choice, they would want back to feel again for the first time, because that was to me, I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen a movie where I was just like, holy shit, like the way I felt when I saw that.
Yeah.
For the first time. And I mean, if I could like literally buy that feeling back and watch it again, I would, just because it was so amazing. But I'm going to go with Shyamalan, of course, because you all know he's one of my favorites, even though I hate to say it because I don't want to put down my man Todd. But Shyamalan swings for the fences every time. He may occasionally strike out, like Lady in the Water. But the guy comes up with new stuff. He's doing new and interesting things all the time. A lot of directors don't do that.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about Knock at the Cabin. I mean, that was a great movie, too.
Knock at the Cabin was amazing. Yeah. I mean, the guy he does new things, and I love it. I love it, and I could go on about it forever, and I'm not going to, so Shyamalan. So Jen is the odd man out with Barker. Rest of us are Shyamalan and ding-dongs, and we'll see what the results are. A 10-point difference in favor of Shyamalan.
I mean, he's one of those guys that I would venture to say that if you asked virtually anybody over 15 years old in the United States, have you ever heard of M. Night Shyamalan? They might not be able to tell you that he was a director, but they've heard of his name. Like, he's that synonymous with just, everything.
Well, even just the memes and the jokes about the Shyamalan twist. I mean, that's become like a societal thing as it is, or what I'm looking for there. It's a thing.
Right up there with the Rickroll.
Yeah, right there with the it really kind of is, with our generation's Rickroll. So, with that being said, we've got M. Night Shyamalan going up against Peele in the semifinals, and then we also have Eggers versus Romero. So once again, for you guys to tune in next week, we've got Del Toro versus Carpenter, Polanski versus Cronenberg. I think it's going to be some really interesting things happening there, and I appreciate everybody listening and watching, and this has been a lot of fun for me. I hope it has been for my co-hosts here. This has been a really enjoyable episode for me. I had a lot of fun.
Been a good one.
Yeah, and continue to have fun with us. Subscribe, like, comment. I would love to hear who you guys think should be in this bracket. I would love to hear your opinions on who you think was robbed, or who you think or who you're glad won. I mean, and even then, tell us who you think should win the whole thing. Thank you. Yep. All right, so moving on, we had the upset of James Wan beating Steve Miner. So this one here is interesting because I feel like you guys are going to have some big opinions about this one. But we've got James Wan, who we've already previously discussed, and we've decided that James Wan's movies up there were Insidious, Liza's favorite, The Conjuring, and Conjuring 2, which is a lot like Conjuring 1 and Insidious. Now we're adding to this mix Robert Eggers, which, if you just watched the last thing, you pretty much understand my opinion on this to start. Robert Eggers is up there for Witch, Nosferatu, and Lighthouse.
I gotta ask real quick. Did you three saw Nosferatu, right?
Yeah.
What did you think about it? Like, was it good?
Yeah, I mean, like visually. Visually.
Wow, you're
really
like blowing
good.
me away. It's amazing. I can tell already.
Dude, it's an Eggers movie.
That is true. That's.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good. I really liked it, but I'm a huge Bill Skarsgård fan.
Yeah, like was his involvement, like, did the movie shine? Was it like a really good movie, or was it just okay?
On his catalog, of course it did.
I thought it was a really good movie. That's why I'm actually going with Robert Eggers on this, even over Wan, because of Nosferatu.
Whoa. Nosferatu over The Conjuring for Liza? Whoa, guys, this is why we're here. This is the excitement, guys. This is the meat and potatoes of this thing here. Whoa. This is almost as big as the time that Jen did not go with Argento.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Woo. I don't know about you guys, but I might need a cold one after that. Jen, I'm sure you're probably going to go for Eggers. I feel like you're going for Eggers.
I'm definitely going to go for Eggers. I do feel like a lot of times it's more towards the visual, though, and like his style and cinematography is like super good in most of his movies. And a lot of times he has really good actors, too.
Yeah.
So there's that.
What were the three movies that you had for him again?
Witch, Nosferatu, and Lighthouse.
Yeah, The Lighthouse was a really good movie.
Which he's kind of newer. He hasn't done too much. He's only got about a handful resume either. Or also, sorry.
Well, I think I know who won it. And that's going to be Mr. Wan. So...
So you gonna go with the winner, or is that your opinion?
No, I think he won, and I actually really don't care on this one.
Wow!
Wow!
Whoa! That makes the show exciting. Viewers,
no man porta, as the kids say. So, yeah, I don't care about this one.
You guys may be shocked, but I'm gonna go with Wan. Which
not shocked at all.
Normally I wouldn't, but
you just
Eggers puts me to sleep.
You just told me that Eggers sucked, so I'm not shocked.
Yeah, exactly.
This might come as a surprise to you because I just shit all over Eggers, but I'm going to go with not Eggers.
Let me tell you something, though. If Eggers would, like, kind of get to the point a little faster, I think his movies could be incredible. Like, I agree with Jen. Like, I think his cinematography and, like, his style is great. But it's just like it's sleeping
slow
pills,
burn.
Man. Yeah, I mean, it's not even a slow burn. It's like I can't feel it at all. Like, I mean, it's like you're trying to, cook boil water in the fridge or something. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't. I want to like it, and I wish that he'd make a movie to the point. And if he did, I'd probably think it was the greatest movie ever. But as it stands, I'm gonna go with Wan. And the results are.
What? That's what I mean! That's the trouble with you. That's the trouble with ye. With you! With ye! No! No! What?
Robert Eggers.
No way.
Oh.
See, you said it wasn't surprising, but it is.
It is surprising.
It is. It's shocking.
I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight.
I mean, Put on a Robert Eggers movie and you will.
That's true. I'll put the witch on. I'll fall asleep before the guy gets horned.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we are down to it, guys. We have one more for tonight, and this is a hell of a battle coming up here. We have got the not picked by Jen Dario Argento, who won the last round against Toby Hooper, which makes no damn sense to me. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not feeling that answer. But it is what it is.
Very shocking.
I'm going to be fair. Dario Argento beat Toby Hooper. And now he is going up against the all-time great, classic, one of the all-time best directors ever in horror, George A. Romero. I don't care what you guys think. I don't feel like I built him up enough. George A. Romero is amazing. That's what the A stands for. George Amazing Romero. All right. So with George Amazing, you should be. With George Amazing Romero, the movies that I have up for him are as follows: Night of the Living Dead, of course, The Amusement Park, and Dawn of the Dead. And he is up against Dario Argento, who we already spoke about, who has The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, Deep Red, and Jen's favorite, Suspiria.
Yeah.
Well, the OG Crazies and Creep Show should be mentioned, even if they're not on your three-piece platter.
Don't think for 1 second that I'm not going to talk more about
boy
Romero, my boy. Romero is, I mean, honestly, Toby Hooper and Romero are two of my personal favorite directors. I'm really sad that Argento beat Hooper, but I'm hoping Romero's going to get some revenge here for me.
Yeah.
But Romero has done so much more than just zombies. And I mean, you know, maybe different types of zombies in some of these, but The Crazies, which was kind of zombies, but not. Great movie. Great movie. Creep Show, of course. Amazing. All of the Deads. Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead. Great movies. He did The Dark Half, Diary of the Dead, Survival of the Dead, Land of the Dead, Night Riders, Season of the Witch. The guy's done some amazing things. And I'm going with him 100% here, guys. All right. So we got Argento and Romero. And I'm the most interested to see what Jen's got to say here.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if you remember, but previously I did not vote for my boy Argento.
Wow.
So surprising, or maybe unsurprisingly, I'm not actually going to vote for him this time.
Oh wow!
What is going on?
Because I really like Romero too, which we talked about during our zombie episode. Like a year ago.
That's amazing. So literally, this is a total random bracket, and Argento has gone up against two people that Jen would vote for over Argento, even though I know Argento is one of Jen's fans.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to get Romero from the other two. Where do you guys stand?
Well, the more you guys keep saying Argento, the more I think of like shredded cheese. I don't know why.
Yeah, Sargento.
I don't even know why I'm thinking.
Sargento.
Sargento. That's why.
Sargento. Yeah.
Sargento.
I thought the same thing. That's really random.
Yeah, it kept every time you say the word, I'm like thinking of making my own pizza. But Romero, I mean, like you said, he's iconic.
Romero's a cheese too, isn't it?
Romero.
That's Romano.
Yeah,
that's Romano.
But it's still cheese related, guys.
So Sargento versus
that's
Romano.
another one.
Romano, yeah. Cheese versus cheese.
Yeah, Romero. Romero is not a cheese.
It's Romano.
Yeah, Romano cheese. There you go.
Neither is Argento.
Yeah, Romero is a popular sports car. The Chevy Romero. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Camaro?
Anyway, Romero it is for me. I've said too much already.
Yeah.
You usually do, Steve. You usually do.
I can't help it.
George, yeah.
George, oh, you're on a first name basis. I like it.
Nice. I like that.
I'm gonna go with old G-Mac there. you know, from when we used to hang in the hood. All right, well, we've got the votes on our side. Let's see what the people thought with the results. Romero took it.
Okay, good.
There we go.
That is the best thing to happen tonight. That is the. I think that's the only one I might have won, guys. All right. Moving on, guys. We've got the winner from the first round, who was Mike Flanagan, going up against the great Guillermo del Toro.
That's easy.
Is it, Jen?
For me, it's easy.
All right. Well, if it's so easy, Jen, then why don't you go ahead and enlighten us?
Oh, okay. Well, for me, it would have
You
to
want
be
to hear
Del
what
Toro.
Del Toro's movies are that he's up here for?
Can I guess?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Hellboy, Mimic, and Pan's Labyrinth.
You got 1 out of 3.
Some of them.
No kidding. Well, Pan's Labyrinth has to be one of them.
Pan's Labyrinth, The Devil's Backbone, and get this, guys, Blade 2.
What?
I only included that because it is a horror movie. Technically, it's vampires, so I allowed it. But it was actually the third most popular according to my sources. So we've got that, and then we're back again with Flanagan. And we've already discussed his movies, but if we need a recap of Flanagan, he was up there for Hush, Gerald's Game, and Dr. Sleep. Liza picked him first round and won.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go with Guillermo this time.
Really? Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This is why this is so much fun, because you have people even, like, switching it up. I thought she was going to go with Flanagan again.
Yeah. That hand scene in Pan's Labyrinth, it's just, that's just...
I thought you were going to go with Flan again, but you did.
Flan again.
And didn't he do Shape of Water? Was that Guillermo?
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Guillermo did The Shape of Water.
Yeah.
And that was really good, too.
He did Frankenstein, Hellboys.
I know we're not talking about, like, shorts
Mimic.
or TV specials either, but he did do that Cabinet of Curiosities, which I really liked. There was some wild shit in there. So
There's some good ones.
Yeah.
I like that too. But
No, he did. He, like I said, man, if we could go with their whole thing, in my opinion, you know, popularity and everything, I mean, like you said, Flanagan, you know, I mean, but then again, it's like, okay, so Haunting of Hill House and Haunting of Bly Manor versus Cabinet of Curiosities, you know. All right, so we've got 2 Del Toros. Steve.
I got to go with Del Toro as well.
Wow.
I mean,
Everybody's hitting up Del Toro. I am going to stick with Flanagan. I didn't go with Flanagan the first time. Anyway, so back to seriousness here. You know what? I'm not a huge fan of either one of these guys, but I am going to actually join you guys with Toro, and not for the movies listed, but for Hellboy. So that's where I'm at. So let's go ahead and compute this puppy.
My, what a temper you have. So much fire. Such a waste. Or maybe not.
Guillermo del Toro. Believe this, guys, that he won by less than a point.
Oh, wow. For real?
Less than a point. 0.7, to be exact.
I can see that.
He blew a 0.7. Wow.
Blew a 0.7.
This has been Psycho Opinions March Madness Director's Edition. Thank you for watching, and please come back to see our next bracket's great face-off. See you soon!